The show will start in a few minutes, everybody. I'm just getting myself together. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. This is Darnell Crittenden from DC Networks and Power Players. Whatever you do, keep playing your games. Like always, hit the like, hit the comment, hit subscribe, leave a notification on so you will not miss DTV at its best. And it is Friday, March 1st, 2024. Now, I'm just finding this news out yesterday, and I'm about to do a late eulogy today. Now, in my lower left-hand corner of the screen, to some people, you know, y'all may or may not know him as Michael Jones. But to the WWE Corporation, to the WWE Universe, to the WWE founders, to the WWE Network, to the entire WWE Universe, and I'm a fan myself, we lost the right-hand man of Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, Virgil. What can I say about Virgil? Well, from what I remember, for starters, he was part of the Attitude Era. He was part of the WCW era, and before he became, and I don't know if some people remember this or not, but before he became the enforcer or the right-hand man of Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, one of his first guys was The Undertaker. A lot of people may or may not remember that, but it was The Undertaker first. The Undertaker teamed up with Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase said, you know what, we're going to jump from him to Brother Love, from Brother Love to Paul Bearer, and ever since then, The Undertaker was part with Paul Bearer since. Then later, then came Virgil. Okay, now what can I remember about Virgil? For starters, you know, back in the days, you know, he didn't say much. He was quiet. He always had even in that picture right now, he always had a very serious look on his face. But he stood behind Ted DiBiase for a long time. You know, he said very little words, and if he did say something, he was brief. And I can remember when Virgil first, from what I remember, when he first came out, he came out with Ted DiBiase, and you know how Ted DiBiase is. They play his song "Money, Money, Money." He comes to the ring and he's boasting and he's laughing and he's, you know, this is Ted now I'm talking about. And Virgil just stand there with his arms folded, like he got his arms folded up on that picture right now. Always had a serious look. And the way how I remember Virgil was he always stand in the ring. Sometimes he holds the belt for him, but 9 times out of 10, he just look at you like, I'm not playing. But I do remember a WWE flashback in my head when Ted DiBiase and Virgil, they were standing in the ring. I'm just going to cut to the chase. And you know how Ted is. He's always flashing money around, okay? And I remember one time Ted DiBiase beat a man up so bad that he gave Virgil $100 and shoved the money down into that opponent's mouth. That's bad, but it wasn't as worse when Ted DiBiase was standing in the ring with Virgil, okay, and he had, again, he always kept big bills, and he had some kid. It was a random kid. I think it was a random kid. He came to the ring, and Virgil had this basketball, And then Ted DiBiase said, I want you to bounce this basketball as many times as you could. So I can't remember how old the kid was. I think the kid may have been maybe like under 12 years old at the least at that time. And the little kid started bouncing the ball 1, 2, 3. I say maybe after the third or fourth time, after he bounced that ball with all, he tried his best and he bounced that ball. The next thing you know, Virgil turns around and kicks the ball out the boy's hand while he was bouncing it. That's that moment how I remember. And to that day, him and Ted, they hung out. They did pretty much everything together. Ride around in limousines, walking in hotels and all that. They were back then. They were the dynamic duo back then. And Ted was the guy. Again, first Undertaker. Then I'm jumping the gun. First was Undertaker. Then the Ringmaster Stone Cold, and then later down the line, King Virgil. But out of all of them that hung with Ted the most, it was definitely Virgil, hands down. As an athlete, he can wrestle. He can wrestle. Now, as far as have he won any championships, I can't remember. I cannot honestly remember. I can't remember if he won any titles or any tag titles, anything like that. I can't even remember whether or not if he won any titles as far as in WCW. I have to do a little bit more research on that. But other than that, I do remember that, he hung with Ted DiBiase for the longest, both in WWE and WCW. He went solo for a while, tried it on his own. It was good for a minute. Then he jumped back to Ted. Virgil personality again. He didn't say much. He did not say much. But when it came down to holding his own, the man could fight. I gotta give it to him. Again, he's more of the strong, silent type. He stayed focused. He rarely smiled. You'd be lucky if you get a grin out this guy. But I do know for a certain fact he was a huge part of that Attitude Era. And whether you like the guy, love the guy, it didn't matter. But it's the fact that he was part of that incredible era. He made history in his own little certain ways. So again, I want to give a small, brief eulogy from all of us from DC and Nelson Power Players, to his family, to his friends, to the billions around the world, including myself. So to Michael Jones, aka Virgil, we love you, we miss you, and I know right now you up there in heaven pretty much doing what you're doing right now, looking at life seriously and just holding it down, man. I'm pretty sure you up there. I'm pretty sure God got a spot up there for you, because you're holding it down. Even in heaven, I'm pretty sure you got this on lock, no doubt about it. And now the cause of his death, I don't know. I don't know how he died. Maybe in future update shows I will inform everybody. But right now, my heart, my condolences, and my respect goes out to the Joneses family as far as on Virgil. May he rest in heaven, And I just noticed throughout the years, some of these enforcers or ballets or whatever you want to call them, and I mean, I'm looking at this as far as from a gamer perspective view, you never seen any of them in the video games. Okay? And right now, even if they don't be in the video games, guys like Virgil, I pray he gets into the Hall of Fame. In fact, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. People like Virgil, Miss Elizabeth, Sonny, who else? Paul Ellery from the Road Warriors, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Who else deserved to be in the Hall of Fame? Mr. Fuji. Some of these enforcers, managers, valets, Teddy Long, the Dr. Style Slick. Some of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. The only one that was a manager that was not in the Hall of Fame that is in a video game, and that's Paul Heyman. All right, which I ain't got nothing against him in the bloodline, but if you notice, those people I mentioned, except Paul Heyman, they were never in a video game as far as, I wouldn't say as far as a playable character, but as far as a supportive AI character is concerned. If you could pick them as far as manager or bodyguard or someone to just, to help you out as an AI character, never saw that. I mean, if I'm wrong, please leave it in the comments. But those people I mentioned, except Paul Heyman, which someday he's going to be a future Hall of Famer himself, these guys need to be in the Hall of Fame. If not in the video game, fine, I understand it, but at least put them in the Hall of Fame. Virgil definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel, because like I said, I've been watching the Attitude Era for God knows how long, and I'm 58 years old. Been a WWE fan since I was 12, and again, I'm just finding out the news this morning. I mean, I didn't, he passed yesterday, and I'm seeing it all on, you'd be surprised on how fast things fly through social media. Went on my Facebook page, again, I'm a ghost on there, I'm in and out, and I look up, I see a picture of Virgil. I'm like, wow. So, we love you, we miss you. There can never, ever can be another one like you, and that's just real truth. And as far as how old Virgil was when he died, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was like 61 years old. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. And that is about it. So, like I said, you deserve a rose. You deserve a rose, man, because, you paved the way for a lot of talent out there. And regardless, again, on what you did, you deserve it, man. You deserve to be recognized. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart, man. To his family, to everybody, to Virgil, thank you. We love you. We miss you. Again, you got it in heaven. I know you got this. You got this on lock. I'm not worried. All right. And may God watch over in heaven, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm out of here. And please leave in your comments on how you feel about WWE superstar Virgil, the right-hand man of Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Like I said, man, he done it all. Again, I don't know if he won any championships. I'll have to check back on a later date on that. But as far as everything else, he did it all. I'm out of here. Peace. And I'll see everybody next time. Usually this would be my Happy Friday show, but I said, no, I'm not kind of happy today because of what I've heard and what just happened to him. So the least I can do is give you my own little personal eulogy on how he inspired my life. Again, especially in the Attitude Era. He did his thing, and I got nothing but respect for him. And that's just the truth. I'm out of here. Peace.